Hi, this is Ruud Jolie from For All We Know and you're watching Live Prog.
Being a reviewer, I get a lot of music. Over the years, I think I reviewed somewhere between 300 and 400 CDs, and many of them were sent to me by labels, bands and, well, promoters, all kinds of people. But sometimes you get an album that really touches you here, deep in your heart. One such album is this. There you go. Now, as you can see, it's got the word promo written on it. And, well, hereby I can say that I'm basically breaking one of my own rules. That I would never review something like this. I would only review, the full retail CD, because of course with video I found that important. However, I received this CD a few months ago I must say, because I have it quite some time, but I decided to review this one for for two not so simple reasons maybe. First of all, the music you heard a part already is absolutely stunning. It is beautiful beyond words. But I think the most important reason is the story behind the album. You know what? Let's first introduce the man behind this beautiful music, Mr. Jeff Green.
Hi everybody, my name's Jeff Green and welcome to my humble studio. Okay, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about myself for those of you who haven't heard anything about me, which I imagine is most of you. I was born in Northern California and I moved over to the UK in 1986, and now I'm in Ireland. I've been here for the past 5 years. I'm a professional musician and a guitar teacher. I'm working on an album at the moment called Elder Creek, which will be available late this summer. But I'd like to tell you a little bit about my previous album called Jessica, which was written as a tribute to my stillborn daughter Jessica back in 1996, and it was released a couple of years ago. I think Marcel's going to play you a few tracks from that, and I really hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening.
That is the man behind this music. Now, this is his debut album. Jeff Green has been in music for, a long time. For reasons unknown to me, he never played in a band that really got a lot of attention. I think the most important band he played in that people might know is an Eagles cover band called the Illegal Eagles. Now, if you're an Eagles fan, you might have heard of them. For me, they were new until I heard about Jeff Green at all. Now, the first music of this album, Jessica, was a few clips from SoundCloud, and I got in touch with him and a friend of him, Phil Chelmsford, who kind of put me on, Jeff Green's music. He promoted it through Facebook a lot, and I listened to it, and I was blown away by how beautiful that was. But then I got to hear the story behind the music. Having a baby is, one of the most joyous occasions a man and a wife can have. I have 2 children of my own, so I'm familiar with the concept. However, when there are complications, it is very quickly that a very happy occasion can turn into a nightmare. When Jeff Green and his wife found out that they were getting a baby, they were of course very happy. And despite the fact that they had some complications, well, everything according to the doctors was okay. So they prepared everything for the birth of their little girl. Now on the 31st of May 1996, they went to the hospital because all the signs were there that the child was being born. However, there was when the nightmare started, because there the doctors found out that they didn't hear a heartbeat, and that sadly their baby girl, who they named Jessica, was no longer alive. Now, I gotta say, that really brought tears to my eyes, and I still can feel the pain as a parent if you have to hear such a news. So, well, I gotta say that makes it, even for me, a bit hard to review this album, because I understand the feelings involved in it, and well, of course it is terrible if you have to experience that as a parent, and it had a lot of impact on them. Now, it happened a long time ago, 31st of May 1996. That means the day when this video review is online, it should have been the 15th birthday of Jessica. Unfortunately it isn't, but well, through this music, Jeff is keeping his girl alive. The memory of her is still there. Now, as you heard already on the first song, it is absolutely a beautiful song, a beautiful album. The song you heard was called For the Future. Now, let's move on to some more music, and this is probably one of my favorite tracks of this album. This one is called On This Night. A sad story. It is really heartbreaking. It took Jeff 11 years to transform his feelings into music, with the result, this album, Jessica. Now, as you can imagine, the music on this album is very personal. Of course, the feelings that he put into this music may not, well, transfer to the listener as such. So therefore, I find it important that people know the story behind the music. That's what makes this album so special. Now, Jeff is absolutely an amazing guitar player. Well, I don't need to say that, you've heard it. He wrote beautiful songs from beginning to end. This is sheer beauty in music. He found some other musicians to record the album. Well, one of them being Mike Stobie, who used to be in Palace, so a good link to prog. Of course, Jeff Green is not a prog musician, but what you heard, especially in the song On the Night, there's a definite prog vibe there, and that is of course the keyboards by Mike Stobie who do that. Now, not only is Jeff a great guitar player, he's also a very good singer. I gotta say, I really enjoyed his vocals on this album. Now, the album Jessica is for the large part instrumental, and well, simply said, words are not necessary here. And sometimes they are, and that's why Jeff put them in there, but the music speaks for itself, and well, if you think about it and then you listen to the music, you can feel the sentiments in the songs. Now, let's move on to another piece of music, because well, there's a lot of music, but I'm only going to play you a few songs because I can really encourage you buy this album. I will tell you later why it is so important that this music gets out. Now, there's one song I just couldn't leave out of this review, and that is of course Jesse's theme. Musically, the album Jessica is a mixture of, well, it's blues, it's melodic rock, prog rock, bits and pieces of neo, especially because of the keyboards, neo prog of course, and well, all together it makes for a great album, and a beautiful album that is. Now, why is it so important to buy this album? Well, this album was inspired by Jessica. And the reason he wrote it, and why Jeff wrote it, was to express his feelings. And he said that he will donate all the proceeds of this album to the hospital that helped him and his wife back then, when they were having a hard time. And they will use that money to help parents who are in similar situations. And of course, they will use the money to raise awareness for the issue of stillbirth, because it's a widespread issue. There are a lot of people who deal with it, and there's not much that people know about it, because of course this is not exactly a subject that you speak about on a birthday party, for example. So that's why it's important that this music is heard by as much people as possible. And therefore, for two reasons, I want to ask you to buy this album. First of all, support this great initiative to create awareness and help those who are suffering, well, or hit by stillbirth. I'm not sure how to put it, because, well, it's a little difficult for me to express my feelings in English, of course, but I hope you understand what I mean. And secondly, because it simply is beautiful music. Trust me, everyone will love this album, because I haven't heard that beautiful music in a long time. And of course I love progressive rock, a lot of it, but this is of a different level, this music. So definitely, well, you heard a few songs, you can check out some more songs. Jeff put, well, basically a lot of music online. He's working on new material as well, an album which will be called Elder Creek. And also from that album he put a lot of demos online, so you will see the links later on in your screen, so you can visit them. And well, I hope you enjoy the music, and please support Jeff Green, support, well, the legacy of Jessica in this music, and of course to help other people as well. The last piece of music I'm going to leave you with has, well, basically sums up everything in this album, and of course the reason why Jeff made this album. This track is called Live Forever. So thank you for watching. I hope you understand the sentiments, the feelings involved in making this review, and of course for Jeff in making this album. Please support this cause. Buy this album, get it out in the open. I want to thank you for watching, and well, keep an eye on liveprog.com for more nice video reviews and interesting music.